Welcome aboard, cruise enthusiasts and sarcastic sailors alike. Today we're diving into the smooth seas and sudden squalls of Port Canaveral's latest oops. We didn't think that through moment. Buckle up, because it turns out that building a new cruise terminal isn't just about throwing up some walls and calling it a day, especially when the space industry decides to swoop in and steal your thunder. Picture this. Port Canaveral had grand plans to expand their cruise empire by plopping a shiny new terminal right on North Cargo Berth 8. Sounds simple, right? Well, not when the Florida Secretary of Commerce and the FDOT have something to say about it. Apparently, adding more room for tourists to park their flip-flops and sun hats would have really cramped the style of those sleek space rockets coming in hot for a landing. According to state officials, shoving a cruise terminal into that spot would have negatively affected the delicate ballet of recovering and reusing rocket hardware. And by negatively affected, they meant it would basically have been a cosmic catastrophe. Faced with the prospect of losing millions in state funding, because let's be real, no one messes with Florida's space dreams, Port Canaveral's commissioners did what any savvy politician would do. They folded like a cheap deck chair. With a 4-to-1 vote, they hit the brakes on their cruise terminal plans faster than a ship on a collision course with an iceberg. Of course, Commissioner Kevin Markey wasn't on board with this U-turn. But hey, every good story needs a dissenting voice. As for the rest of the commissioners, they didn't exactly have a plan B, but who needs one of those when you've got the entire state breathing down your neck? Now let's talk about that not-so-veiled threat from the state. In a nutshell, if Port Canaveral hadn't reversed course, the FDOT and the Department of Commerce would have started yanking funds faster than you can say, "Houston, we have a problem." That's right, folks. Port Canaveral was one stubborn cruise terminal away from becoming the state's newest penny-pinching project. And just in case the commissioners needed more motivation, the state also dangled the terrifying prospect of taking their cruise business elsewhere, like New York, California, or heaven forbid, Texas. Because nothing says permanent vacation like sending your cruise ships to a state where cowboy boots are more common than flip-flops. But let's not forget the port's CEO, John Murray, who's now tasked with the unenviable job of figuring out what to do next. Apparently, the port's current cruise terminals are bursting at the seams, turning away potential business faster than a bouncer at an exclusive club. And with more cruise ships on the way in the late 20s and early 30s, Florida might just find itself waving goodbye to a whole fleet of floating hotels. Oh, and did we mention that cruise ships account for more than 82% of the port's revenue, while the space sector contributes a whopping 1%? But hey, who cares about facts when you've got rockets, right? So, what's the moral of this maritime misadventure? Sometimes even the biggest ports have to anchor their ambitions when the stars, or state officials, say no. But don't worry, cruise fans, Port Canaveral will keep navigating these choppy waters, trying to keep both the tourists and the astronauts happy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Stay tuned for more exciting stories. See you next time.